How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews back with another beer review today, flying solo. Today we're going to be looking at a beer I've actually been wanting to try for a while now. For some reason I haven't. A bunch of my friends have had it. Just kind of slipped through the cracks, but I've heard some good things about it and heard some bad things, so we'll see what's what. It is Port Brewing Older Viscocity, which is a, it says here malt beverage aged in oak barrels. It's a stout aged in oak barrels from the same people from Lost Abbey Port Brewing, the same people in California. Let's see. Been wanting to get into this one for a while. For some reason, it hasn't really hit my area. And I tried to get it a couple times and had some people kind of grab me some, but they failed to deliver. So walked into a place, saw it, figured, hey, perfect. Picked one up, figured, give it a whirl. Let's see, date-wise, the labeling pretty much came off. So I'm pretty sure this is a 2013 if I remember from looking at it earlier. Let's see what it has on here about stuff. 12%, that's not too shabby. San Marcos, California, that's where all those wildfires are, but good to go, that's pretty bad. Let's see, what does it say? 3,000 miles, that's what automakers recommend as a distance your car should travel before changing out that nasty old used up oil. Sure, yeah, right, you betcha. 3,000 miles and not a foot further, I'll get right on that. Except that isn't older viscosity. Nope, this is one of the seriously sludgy, I just traveled 10,000 miles sort of beer, and that way we want it, and that's the way we want it to be. We make no apologies for the viscosity of this thing. Could you run your car in it? Well, we say most likely not, but then again, we've never tried. Perhaps it could. I'm sure somebody can figure that out. Science, get on that, please. At Port Brewing, we make older viscosity as one of our year-round beers, a portion of which of each old batch of older viscosity is aged for at least 6 months in used bourbon barrels. Each year, we also select some of the best barrels from our cellars and blend them together for the release of older viscosity ale. We'll let you decide which one you like better. Now, if you'll excuse us, we have to experiment. We need to conduct with that old 53 Chevy out behind the brewery. Okay, so just some fun on the label. Not trying to get too into the beer, which is nice. You don't lose, They say it's thick. Let's see what we got. Corks just get worse and worse. Man, I never had such problems as I do nowadays. Lost Abbey's corks and Port Brewing's corks are always pretty tough, especially on these dense bottles like the Angel Share and the Gavin Maria and stuff like that. So let's see what we got going on here. Oh yeah, that would be a dark beer. Oh, semi-center pour. You get about maybe an 1/8 of an inch of head on there. Decent retention, really, especially at that high alcohol content. This thing has a decent amount of carbonation in it too. That sounds good. Definitely, you can definitely smell the barrel aging, the bourbon barrel aging in it. Definitely smell some booze. That fluffy, stouty smell. Just wood out the butt, smoke, wood, all that stuff you'd imagine you get in a stout. Still a little bit of a head there. I'm kind of impressed. Let's see what we got. It's a good beer. I didn't know what to expect with it, based off of what some of my friends told me. Some of my friends were blown away by it. Some other ones were kind of like, yeah, you know, it's good, but it's not great. I guess it's pretty much what I expected from it being a stout, and a barrel aged stout. It almost seems like a slightly smoked beer. Like, to relate it to 2 different beers, if you took their version of Angel Share and mixed it with like a brewery smoking wood, that's kind of the taste I'm getting from it. Both are really good beers. This isn't as impactful as that, but it tastes like a smoked beer. I know it's not a smoked beer, but it just has that. I'm not a big smoked beer guy, so anytime any of that is inside any beer whatsoever, I automatically clue in on it. And, you know, that's what I'm tasting more than anything else. Smells boozy, doesn't really taste that boozy. I mean, it's thick, has your typical stouty characteristics in that it's, you know, dense and full and a bit fluffy, and a little boozy in the back end. Not a ton. Oh, this is good beer. Now, if you're going to classify it in stout wise, for me, it's definitely not going to be up there with the best in the bunch. You know, stout wise, some of my favorites. You know, I like Bourbon County Stout. It's nice. It's definitely not as robust and as impactful as that. Russian Imperial Stout wise, John Courage is one of my favorites. The newer one's a little weird, but the old school ones, that's like top of the leaderboard for me. But it's definitely a good beer. As far as rating wise, I would probably give this sports style low 90s, probably 90. You know, 90, 91, as far as my rating. It just lacks something. There's something, I don't know what it is. Maybe a little bit of toffee caramelly-ness to it that would just bring it all together and make it cohesive. It just doesn't seem super well balanced. It's tasty, but a little bit confusing. Now, availability in this area, like I said, I haven't had a chance to get it. And I've been to a couple places that actually said they had it. When I get there, they said they had it. So in this area, it's not something you come across. I found it in one place only. So in this area, availability, I give it like a 2. Although Port Brewing in general is just starting to make it into this area. I mean, Lost Abbey, they're everywhere. I mean, you can pick up bottles and bottles of that from the top of the line to the lower line stuff anywhere you go. Port Brewing, not so much. I've been seeing it pop up every now and then, so it's probably going to be a bit more readily available in this area. Value-wise, that's kind of where this one falls flat. Again, like I say, I have no problem paying good money for good beer. That's not an issue for me. It's just some beers are worth more than others. I've paid $18 for this, which is probably 12.7 ounces. That's too much. I mean, it's not that good, you know. So, I mean, I personally myself for this, like a 12-ounce bottle of beer, tasting something like this when I can pull a Bourbon County Stout for, you know, anywhere from, you know, if I'm buying it one-off from like a shop or a bar, you're looking anywhere from $8 to $12 a bottle, almost about the same amount of ounces. It's nice to try if you've never had it before and you're big into your barrel-aged stouts. Definitely be something you want to pick up, but at $18 a bottle, which is pretty consistent because I've had friends of mine pick it up for anywhere from $17 to $20 a bottle. That's just too much. I mean, it's in line with their other stuff. When you're talking about Lost Abbey, you're talking about Angel Share, Agave Maria, stuff like that. It's right around the same price point. Those, for me, are a much better beer. And even though they are a little bit overpriced for me, but this, in that aspect, falls a little bit flat. So, good beer, 90. Availability, price, you're going to be getting it $17, $18 a bottle. Not the best thing. Good enough to try once, but I wouldn't stop your cellar with it. So yeah, it's another review in the books. I am Matt with Massive Beer Reviews. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, gripes, whatever, leave in the comment section below. And hope we hear from you. And hope you enjoyed the review. And hope you watch other ones. Cheers.